Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I am super excited because I'm pairing two of my favorites. We're taking pumpkin in oatmeal cups and putting them together to make baked pumpkin pecan oatmeal cups. Now, it was earlier this year that I shared with you a banana and chocolate chip version of these oatmeal cups, and to date it has proven to be one of the most popular recipes here in the Clean and Delicious community. So I wanted to make sure to come back and give you another flavor option. Now, of course, if you want that original recipe, I will leave a link for you down in the description box below. But what I love so much about these baked oatmeal cups is that it's basically like a bowl of oatmeal on the go. So it's perfect for those busy mornings or when you just don't have time to make breakfast, but you still want something that's clean and delicious, right? These are not as sweet as a traditional muffin. They're a little bit heartier and there's no refined flours or sugars, so they promise to keep you satisfied, satiated, and energized for hours. So to get started, I have my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I like to just spray down a 12-cup muffin pan with a little bit of cooking spray. You could of course also coat this with some butter or some coconut oil. I just find the cooking spray to be the easiest of all of the options. Then into a nice big bowl, I'm gonna combine 3 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, which is really just a mixture of cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and nutmeg. You could certainly make it yourself if you didn't have the premixed spice. Half of a teaspoon of kosher salt, and then I have a 1/4 cup of raisins and a 1/4 cup of chopped up pecans. And just a little FYI, you could really use any nut that you love or prefer here, and the raisins could easily be cranberries as well. So use what you have, use what you love. Then you just want to gently toss this all together, get all of those ingredients well combined. Set it aside, and we're gonna mix the wet ingredients. So I'm starting with 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Now, just an FYI, you wanna be careful when you're at the grocery store because a lot of times the pumpkin puree is sitting right next to the pumpkin pie puree, and the pumpkin pie puree has a bunch of spices and added sugars to it. We just want the simple pumpkin, plain Jane, nothing else in there. The only ingredient on the can should be pumpkin. Then in goes a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 2 eggs, and then 1 1/4 cup of milk. Now I'm using an unsweetened vanilla almond milk here, but you could literally use any type of milk that you have on hand. They all work. Grab a fork, and I'm just gonna whisk all of these ingredients together. You wanna break those yolks, make sure that everything is combined really well, and then we're gonna take the wet ingredients and just pour them right over the dry ingredients, and again, gently mix this all together. You're just gonna mix until all of the ingredients are combined, and you're gonna notice that there'll be some liquid in the bowl like I have here. I like to let this sit for about 5 minutes or so. It just gives those dry oats an opportunity to absorb a little bit of the liquid. But you're still gonna have a little in the bottom of the bowl when you start to make your muffins. That's perfectly fine. That's what we're looking for. So I just like to use a 1/4 cup scoop to start to divide this amongst my 12 muffin cups as evenly as I possibly can. I always say you're better off underfilling them and then going back and adding a little bit more if needed, rather than making some really big and some really small, because ultimately we want them to all be relatively the same size so that they cook evenly. Then once you have the muffin pan all filled up, you're gonna pop this into that 350 degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Really, you're just looking for them to set up. They're gonna be lightly browned over the top, and your whole kitchen is gonna smell like a bakery. Now, this is that time of the year when it starts to get a little bit chilly outside, and I find myself wanting all of those cozy foods like the pumpkin spice lattes and all the apple cider donuts. So what I find really to be very helpful is to take some of those fall flavors, like we are here with the pumpkin pie spice, and work them into higher quality recipes like these muffins, right? Something that's a little bit more nutritious, but still very satisfying. This way I don't feel like I wanna be eating those donuts every single day of the week. Maybe just like once or twice a week. Hashtag balance. Then once your muffins are done, take them out of the oven and just let them cool down a bit so that they're comfortable to handle. We don't want anybody burning their fingers. And then I like to just loosen them around the side with a knife, and then they'll pop right out of the pan. And you can see that they're nice and fluffy, they're nice and moist. I can smell that pumpkin pie spice all throughout the kitchen. And one of my favorite ways to enjoy these muffins is with a big fat shimia of almond butter over the top. That with a cup of coffee, breakfast heaven. Moist, delicious. Raisin, pumpkin, pecan, what could be better? Another option with these oatmeal cups is to make them on the weekend when you're doing your meal prep, let them cool down completely and then transfer them into an airtight container just like I have here. Just pack them in there nice and snugly, pop the lid on, and then you can keep them in the fridge for the entire week. And if you wanted them to last even longer, you could go ahead and freeze them and they will last for a couple of months. So I'm very curious to hear from you. Do you guys want more quick on-the-go breakfast ideas like this? If you do, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe and don't forget to ring that notification bell. This way, every time a new video goes up, you will know about it. And whenever I post a new video, I usually spend a couple of hours down in the comments afterwards. So it's a great opportunity to have any of your questions answered as well. I would like to thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm Danny Spies, and I'm gonna see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! Hello, my friends, it's Danny, and today I am sharing from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, boom. Hello, my friends, it's Danny, and today I am sharing, what the frig? Hello, my friends, it's Danny. I sound like Kermit the Frog, but I'm not Kermit. I'm Cookie Monster. 3, 2, 1.